Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalist videos. So today's video is going to be the Diderot Effect. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's get it, let's go! Woo! Okay, so today's video is going to be the Diderot Effect. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's French. It has like a T. And I learned in French class, T's are silent, so Diderot Effect, or Diderot Effect, Diderot Effect. For you guys who are wondering what that is, because I just found out what that is, actually, like, a viewer wrote a comment talking about, left a comment on my I Embrace Full Minimalism video saying, like, oh, I should check out this effect. So apparently it's, like, back in, like, I don't know, olden French times, there was this dude who was really poor, he was, like, a French guy, and then I think one of the queens bought out all his stuff. He was like an artist or something, which made him extremely rich. So the first thing he bought was like a beautiful robe. And then once he bought a beautiful robe, he realized all his like shabby looking stuff didn't match his robe. So he's like, oh, I gotta upgrade this and I gotta upgrade that. Started upgrading everything, and then he became essentially poor again. So he was like, he wrote a book called His Regret of Parting with His Robe or something like that. So anyway, this effect is like, the idea that you buy something new and then you have like this feeling that you just want to keep upgrading everything else because you feel kind of like, oh, yeah, this doesn't match this anymore. And oh my god, I am like the biggest victim of this effect. Like, that has literally been my life, and I had no idea there was like, this was like a thing. Like, I just thought there was something wrong with me. I thought I was like too much of a perfectionist and I wanted everything to improve. So everything, like whenever I bought something, I always had like this awful feeling of like, okay, I bought this, now I need to go and buy this too. And it's like, it's actually a thing, and I was like, wow, oh my god, that's what it is. Like, to kind of give you guys an example, like whenever I would buy something, I'd be like, okay, I think I still have it. Oh yeah, let me see if I have, hang on. Yes, I still have it. Okay, so when I was in Taiwan, a little bit right before I went to Taiwan, a couple days before, I almost finished all my makeup, and what I originally planned was to just buy a mascara to just kind of like give it that extra look, because like I really like mascara. Because whatever. And then so yeah, I was just only gonna buy a mascara in Taiwan. Little did I know, before you knew it, if you guys seen my videos, I kind of went ham and I bought so much makeup. Okay, not like a lot, I'm still a minimalist. I bought like a small amount, like my hauls would be like 1 or 2, 3 items. I only needed a mascara. Okay, so this is like my bullet journal. I'm gonna show you guys here. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, I made like a list of makeup that I needed. So I bought the mascara, and that's from the brand Kanebo Media, and I was like, oh, this looks so good beside the powder. I wonder what the liquid liner would look like beside the powder and my new mascara. So I went out and I bought the liquid liner for it. So I was like, okay. Granted, I had already bought a liquid liner from Shiseido, but I was like, oh, this looks really good beside the red lipstick that I bought. I have a lot of red. I should also buy 1028's eyeshadow palette because it's red and it'll match my liquid liner. Then I was like, oh wait, what else did I buy that was red? Oh, I really like the mascara from 1028, and the 1028's mascara is red, so it'll like match everything, so I'm gonna buy that too. I already bought the mascara from Kanebo. It was just like, it was like this like spiraling downward spiral of consumption, which is what the Diderot effect is. It's just like this downward, like essentially that's what ends up happening when you purchase one thing. It's not just the one thing you buy, it just, you keep buying more and more and more because of this effect. I don't know, I think it's something to do with like human nature or something like that, like if like human desire is left unchecked. So like that actually happened to me, and I was like, wow, like this is actually a thing. So essentially the whole point is to kind of be aware that this is a thing. Like when you purchase something, you don't need to go out of control and keep purchasing more things. To give you guys another example, when I was listening to the audiobook for Goodbye Things, they talked about, or the author talked about how, like, if you buy just one thing, it's never just one thing you're reintroducing into your life, or introducing into your life, it brings a bunch of other things. So, like, for example, if you buy a new phone, it's not just the one phone you're gonna buy, you're also gonna buy the cord that, or like the cord that comes with it, a new case for it. Maybe it doesn't match something or others, you gotta change that, and then it just, spiral out of control, which is exactly what was gonna happen to me if I had bought the iPhone. I know that once I bought it, I already planned and put in my Taobao cart, I was gonna buy some new cases for it because obviously my Xiaomi cases don't match the iPhone case. And then once I bought that, most likely, who knows what other shit I would have bought to go with it. Not to mention the cords and the things that come with it. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I think I was even gonna buy the iPhone watch. I'll be honest with you guys. I think if I bought the iPhone, I would have been like, well, now I need a watch to match my iPhone, and I'm gonna buy the rose gold iPhone watch. Like, oh my god.
Apple Watch.
Oh, what did I call it?
iPhone watch. You can have an iPhone and a watch.
Oh, yeah, see, yeah. So, yeah, good thing I did not buy the iPhone. Like, that just would have been something else that would have spiraled out of control, and then poor Will would never hear the end of it. I'd be like, oh my god, why did I do that? I'm a minimalist, now I have 2 phones. And I would have just gotten out of control.
Lost your shit.
Yeah, I would have just lost my shit. So, good thing that I didn't buy all those things, and I kind of like, yeah, thank you so much for that commenter for like leaving that comment. Like, I didn't even know that like this was a thing that like other people have suffered from and have suffered from since time. I think like the dude was like the 18th century or something like that. So like this is like an actual normal phenomenon, and I'm really glad that I'm like become aware of it. It's kind of cool seeing this, given that like right now I'm practicing, you know, being an actual minimalist, because before I wasn't a minimalist, I was a practical minimalist. I was only doing minimalism so in that it suited me for the end purpose of my finances. But now that I'm just like, okay, my finances are in really good order, I've been really good, they're really good right now, let's focus on like my actual life and actual, you know, minimalism. I want to actually be a minimalist. And when I did that, you know, because I was inspired by Goodbye Things and how he was talking about just like living simply and all of the things that he talked about, and I was like, I want to live simply too. Like, that seems really nice, because last year I was super stressed out, super busy, super like hustling. I was trying to make my YouTube channel be a thing. I like watched nonstop like business videos and like business inspo, and I'm gonna hustle, and God, it sucked, man. You know, like I was like, I don't even know. I was like taking inspiration from like Kylie Jenner. I'm like, she's 18, her face is a fuck ton of makeup, and she's a millionaire. Like, that's what I need to do, and and oh my goodness, it's just not. It was not fun by any means. So this semester, I was like, and when I was in Taiwan, like I kind of like got rid of some stuff that I hadn't seen in a while, so it was kind of like easier to let go of it, because like I came back and I was like, oh, why would I leave this behind? Like, this thing sucks. So like now I know I left it behind. I don't want it. So I declared like a lot of stuff, and then I was like, since I also brought back very little, since I only had to carry on, I was kind of like living with very little, and it was so refreshing and so nice and so stress-free. And I was like, okay, when I go back to Tianjin, I want to keep that. I want to just keep being like, I don't want to bring stuff back into my life. And I was just so sick and tired of desiring things. That was like the last thing that I was hanging on to, as like, you know, in my whole minimalist thing, I decluttered a lot of stuff. There's 2 things, makeup and desire. I didn't let myself buy stuff, but God, I didn't stop the desire, and the desire was awful, man. It was like being hungry all the effing time. It was like, but I wasn't allowed to eat, but I'd always go to banquets and not touch anything. Whenever I went to the mall, I would be filled with desire. I'd see all the things that I want, but I wouldn't let myself have it, and it was just so freaking shitty. So yeah, having let go of desire, was just so freaking freeing. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. So yeah, talking about like this like effect, realizing that this is like actually a thing, knowing that like when you buy something, you just kind of open up the appetite and you just keep consuming more. And I was just like, oh, just so done with it. I didn't want to keep consuming stuff, because even though I started minimalism about like 3-4 years ago, but I didn't want to let go of desire. I was like, how was that a thing? It was like I had the idea that if I was a minimalist, that okay, I'll just own less. But actually, I came across what's that guy's name? The same guy who cleaned out his garage with his, then played with his kid. What's his name? Oh my God. No, not Phil Dunphy. That dude also wrote an article talking about some points about like that effect, and he wrote one of the things was like desiring less is more valuable than owning less. He's like, it's very easy to just go to Goodwill and just dump a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't serve you any good if you're still going out to the mall and you're still desiring stuff and still keep bringing in stuff. And then that's like that treadmill of decluttering that I was kind of stuck on, because I still kind of like bring in some stuff here and there because I'm like, oh, I deserve it, blah blah blah, and yeah, I was just like, oh. Like, actually, to give you guys an example, yesterday I was at the mall and I went into a shop and I was kind of like, I've always worn a necklace. I'm minimalistic about it. I only own one necklace, but it's like my staple necklace. I put it on in the morning and I take it off. I put it on and I take it off. And I was just kind of like, I was kind of like feeling kind of bare without it. And I saw a really pretty necklace and I was like, that's really pretty. Like, that's my style. Like, I like it. And I was like, old me would have just bought it because I'm like, okay, I already decluttered my own necklace because it broke, or I had like a really awful knot in it and I couldn't break the metal to like fix it, so I was like, so I decluttered it. And I was like, okay, the only jewelry I have is like the stainless steel earrings that I have, plus my like real gold baby bracelet. And I was like, do I buy this necklace? Is this a thing? Like, but then I was like, if I buy it, then I reintroduce into my life desire, and then that necklace is something that I gotta like then take care of, put on, because it's like in the mornings, in my already simplified routine, I'd have to add that one thing into my routine. I have to put on the necklace and take it off because I'm pretty sure it's not the type I can shower with. Like, these two are like part of my body in the sense that I just can shower with and I don't have to deal with it. So I was like,
machine.
So I was like, do I want to introduce this necklace that I can't shower with because that's cheap? It's just like 30 quid. It's like $5 Canadian. I'm like, I know it's gonna rust if I shower with it, and then that would be such a pity. So I was like, it's like, no, you know what? It looks pretty in the store. So I just left it. And another thing that's kind of also helped me with like this feeling of like desire, or getting rid of the desire, in the book Goodbye Things, he talked about you could change your perspective and think, since you have money, technically speaking, you could purchase anything you wanted in the world, so you could view the whole world as your own personal warehouse. Anything you need, you just go out and you buy it. You don't have to have it in your home. And I was like, wow, once I saw that everything in the store belonged to me, I know it's like a really silly trick or idea, but all of a sudden I felt extremely satisfied and I felt like I was living with abundance. I was like, everything in the store I could buy, but I'm not going to because I already own it. I've already purchased it. It's all mine. This is, the whole mall is my entire warehouse. So this feels great. This feels good. I can come back and, you know, look at the stuff later when I have time. I don't have to take it home with me. And it just felt really nice. And I was like, is that like the Diderot Effect? Have I stumbled upon something? I don't know. I don't really know if that also helps kind of like with my feeling of desire, because like technically speaking, I just mentally satisfied a desire, which was to own everything. So I just told myself I already did. But yeah, no, honestly, I really have gotten rid of the feeling of desire. That was the last thing that I wanted to get rid of, and I feel really good. I don't know how to explain what it was. I just decided I just didn't want to desire things anymore. I just told myself, you know what, screw it. I already have enough. I have enough stuff, and the feeling of living simply is just so much more worth like that desire, like the desiring things. I really don't know how to explain it, guys. I thought that if I sat down here and explained it to you guys, it'd make so much more sense. Maybe some other commenter will tell me there's an effect for this, the minimalist effect. I love living simply. It's kind of like being on a vacation and you just brought with you your favorite stuff and you're just like living simply, and so you have more time to just kind of run down to the beach and enjoy the water and stuff. That's kind of the feeling I'm having right now. Like, I'm back in my like day-to-day life, but I'm living as if I'm still on vacation with like the few things that I love, and that's all that I need, and it's just so freeing. So yeah, essentially that kind of concludes my video. I stopped wanting things, and it was kind of helped explain to me through the Diderot effect. Yeah. Whew. Oh, I wrote stuff here that I didn't even talk about. Yeah, okay, so I just kind of wanted to say that, also what helped me is I decided that I wanted to enjoy the things that I already owned, as opposed to keep lusting over things that aren't already mine. Like, that was kind of stupid. I was like, why can't I enjoy what I already have? Instead of thinking about the things that I don't have, I'm just gonna enjoy what I have now. And I felt just, it feels really good because then I feel like everything I have has value. So yeah, I don't know. Like, to give you an example, these are the two tools that I use to do my face. I just comb my brows and I curl my lashes, and I'm like, I'm beautiful. And it's just like, yeah, that's just so much better than thinking about all the makeup that I want to buy that I don't have, you know? Like, And then the other thing is when I told myself I was no longer going to desire things, whatever's in the mall, I don't give a shit about. I don't give a fuck about what's at the mall. I'm going to focus on something else. Once I closed that door, I had a void. I was like, okay, so what do I care about now? So now I had to fill in that void with non-shopping things. So I realized that I was like, wow, okay, I want to focus more on learning about stocks. And I practiced learning Korean. Like in class, I used to go on Taobao and just to scroll what I want to buy. Now I'm like, I can't shop because, or I'm not interested in shopping anymore because there's nothing that I want to purchase. So I was like, what do I do? So now I moved to the front page of my phone, my learning Korean apps. Now I've been just practicing learning Korean. Like I'm learning the alphabet. And I'm just like, that's already so much more productive than buying stuff. So yeah, it's definitely been like, and the mental clutter, man. That's like the third thing. Is like the mental clutter is just so like not a thing. Like I don't know what it is. Desire was just like really messing with my head. Once I cut out desire for material stuff, my mind has been so clear and I feel so freaking good. Like I don't know if I'm gonna reiterate these things in like another video. Like I have a list of things that I want to film, but yeah, the mental clutter is pretty good. Okay, so now I'm done the video. If you guys like this video, all that I ask is that you subscribe, and thank you so much for having watched, and I will catch you guys in my next video.